If you're probably still thinking about it, it's probably time to let it go. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Winifred Godfrey, and welcome to Real Talk. Yeah, I know it sounds different, but I decided to do something else, something different. So, we're going to be having real talk. No filtering, no filters, nothing, no stool, no position, just me relaxed on my bed and just having a conversation with you. I know that a lot of times it's hard to express yourself and to just be yourself, having a genuine conversation. It's not easy, but it's possible. I used to have these conversations with my cousin most of the time. We'll sit on this bed just doing our thing and just having deep conversations. And I said, you know what? Why not do that with you? It's not all the time you get someone to have long conversations with. So I'm going to be having it with you right here. Let's get to the point. Today we're going to be talking about being single. Let me ask you a question, and I want you guys to be honest with me. Really honest. If you were to date you, would you date you? Think deep about it. Take as much time as you need. If there's someone else looking at you, would you date you? Yeah, let that sink in. Because a lot of times we honestly say things, we honestly behave a certain way, we honestly think that we are the greatest, the best, perfect. I mean, who wouldn't want to date me? But the reality is, probably you don't want to date you. And if you don't want to date you, then you need to fix you. So, let me be real with you guys. All my life, I've not really been single till 2 years ago. So yes, I've been single for 2 years. Kind of weird. And it doesn't feel that long, honestly. It actually just feels like me. It feels so normal. I have my moments, but I did not realize how important it was for me to actually be single. Like, what the hell? So let me tell you guys the story. Just a quick story. So I'm always like jumping into relationships from here and there, here and there. The longest I've had 2 years. And then the last relationship, I gave it my all. I really did try, but I knew that I was a hot mess. I was just out of one relationship and I just jumped into another one. I knew that I wasn't ready for this one. But I used to say, no, I'm gonna do it. And I did it. And it was a hot mess. Not in the sense that guy wasn't great or anything. No, I loved him. I cared so much. I gave it my all. But I was doing it all wrong. The idea of giving my all was just not it. Until I got to a point where we kind of like broke each other down to the point I was broken, guys. I was sad. I was a hot mess. Believe me, like I'm not even straight now, all cleaned up. But imagine how messy I was before. Damn. Like, I was so toxic to myself and to other people around me. I was always just clinging and I was always so petty. And even the things, I was always expecting him to be a certain way. And I wasn't even willing to be that. Or I was even trying. And he'd be like, you want me to do this, but you're not willing to do it. Or you tell me to do this, but you're not doing it. And then I was allowing things that shouldn't be okay still happen. I was allowing myself to just be carried anyhow. I lost my identity. I genuinely lost myself. And at some point I was like, you know what, I think we're both exhausted. We exhausted ourselves and we're like, you know what, we need to work on ourselves because this is just gonna go, it's gonna be a circle. If you notice something happening to you and it's like it keeps going in circle, you talk about it but it happens again, you talk about it but it happens again, honey, it's time to go. Just pack your clothes and go, because it is not gonna work, believe me. You cannot ask someone to be who you expect or dream when you're not willing to be that. We have expectations. We're in like a stage where we have so much expectations and not standards. Those are two different things. You know what? I want you guys to comment below all the questions. What do you think expectations are? What do you think standards are? That'll be a whole topic. But you cannot expect someone to be something that you're not willing to be. If you, in your heart of heart, if you know you can't date yourself, then you know there's a lot more to be done. Being single is awesome. I don't even know why I didn't even, it's important to be single. That would be, I have so much to tell you guys. I became single because I realized that it was a hot mess, and then it was time for me to take a break. Like, I needed to just take a break. The idea was just to take a break from a relationship, breathe. But then in the process, I started to discover about self-love, self-care journey. I started to figure out so much, and then it gave me time to actually reflect on my past relationships and what I allowed, what I shouldn't, what I would not take anymore, who I want to be, how I want to be, how I want to be treated, and all of that. Like, do you forget it? People think that being single means, oh my god, I've been single for so. If you can be single forever, and if you cannot still date you, and if you still don't know you, if you still haven't discovered what you as a person would want to do, then do not cling to somebody else. Don't try to find happiness in somebody else. Happiness is in you, honey. It's in you. You don't need to go around disturbing other people, and when they're not willing to give you that much that you are not even willing to give yourself, then you start to complain. Hello? Why? You have no right. Because you're the one putting yourself in that situation. My cousin asked me, he was like, okay, so at this point in time, and this phase you are in right now, if someone should come back, or someone should come and meet you and say, oh, I want to, date you, what would you do? Are you ready to be in a relationship? I just told him that at this point in my time, in my life and space, I am actually enjoying myself, and if I'm going to, I'll probably start going on dates, but I will want to see who you are for you, because I know who I want to be and who I am for me. I'm yet to discover more, but I'm getting to a point where I'm an individual and you're an individual. What is it that you want for yourself? Because I feel that the way you want to be treated, you have to treat yourself first, honestly, because if you don't, who will? You're expecting the nigga to come into it? Girl, you're joking. If you don't know how you want to treat yourself, how do you expect us to treat you? But that's another topic as a whole different segment. But yeah, so I became single because I was tired of being in a relationship. I was heartbroken and I wasn't ready or emotionally ready to jump into another one. If you're in that stage in your life, just comment, let's talk. And I was like, why? I was still up in my feelings. I was still, at some point I was even questioning, what did I do wrong? Why was it this? Why was this that? I was a crybaby. I was a crybaby. I used to just lock myself up and just cry whenever I see like a cute video or someone posts something. And then we had like similar circle of friends. It makes it worse. And I was just like, oh no, I'm not doing this because I want anyone to feel a certain way. I'm just trying to have a conversation. That's why it's called Real Talk. I'm trying to make people understand that you're not the only one going through a certain point or phase. A lot of people are going through it, and you might not even know it till someone comes out and spills. So I don't want to make this longer than it should be, but hey, real talk, we're gonna have a lot of that. I don't know the date yet or the time, but it's definitely going to happen. And be free to tell me what you feel like talking. If you just want to talk about something, let's interact, let's discuss, and I'll be your girl always.